Hey, third graders, it's Mrs. Sager, and it's time for math. Today, we are working on a lesson about doubling. Our learning targets are, I can solve multiplication story problems with products to 100. So that means something times something equals a product. A product is the answer to a multiplication problem. I can use and explain addition strategies, such as repeated addition and skip counting. I can use and explain multiplication strategies, and our focus today is doubling. I can make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. That means stick with it. Don't give up. Have a growth mindset. All right, let's get started. Here is a poster of various multiplication strategies. For example, when we are multiplying, we could draw a picture of loops and groups. We could use repeated addition on a number line. We could use skip counting, or we could make a table. What we're going to work on today is using facts that you already know, such as 6 times 7. You might know that 6 times 5 is 30. And you might know that 6 times 2 is 12. So if you added 30 and 12 together, you would get 42. Sorry about that. So using what you know, that's where we're going to focus today, using the facts that you know. All right, it's time for our math notebook. And today we're going to do some problem strings. Remember, problem strings build. So we start with one fact or equation and build from there. So I'm going to give you a second to get your math notebook and write today's date and doubling problem string. When you're ready, start the video again. Okay, so the first problem that we're going to do is 2 times 4. I hope you're thinking, oh, Mrs. Sager, come on, that's too easy. Challenge us. Well, I will, but for right now, show me how you would do 2 times 4 on a number line. If you haven't practiced this yet and are not sure, I'm going to jump ahead to the next slide so you can see what it is I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to do 2 jumps of 4 on your number line. So from 0 to 4 is 1 jump. From 4 to 8 is 2 jumps. 2 jumps of 4 equals 8. 2 times 4 is 8. Did you get that written down? Okay, good. The next one is 3 times 4. Now remember, when you do problem strings, you build. We just found out what 2 times 4 is. Now I need you to add one more group of 4. Do it on your number line. Hopefully your number line looks like mine. 2 times 4 equals 8, and one more 4 equals 12. So 3 times 4 is 12. Good job. If at any time I'm going too fast, just simply pause the video and then resume to see what my answers are. And remember, you should be recording this in your notebook. If your teacher asks you tomorrow to see your problem strings, you should be able to show her this. All right. Now we have 6 times 4. Remember, we're talking about doubling. We just found 3 times 4. Could you double that to find 6 times 4? Pause the video. Show me what you did. Write it down. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12. And then if I did that again on a number line, another 3 times 4 is 12. I could add 12 plus 12. That's actually 6 jumps of 4, or 6 times 4, which is then 24. Good job. Do you see how this is working? When you double a problem you already know. The next one is 4 times 4. What fact do you already know that you could double to get 4 times 4? I'll give you a hint. We started with that fact today. Pause the video, write down your work, and then press play again. Did you do 2 times 4 equals 8? So if we double that and do 8 plus 8, we get 16. So that means 4 times 4 is 16. See how doubling works? You can use a fact that you already know to get to a fact you might not know yet. Ooh, 8 times 4. Boys and girls, we just found out what 4 times 4 is. If you doubled 4 times 4, you would get 8 times 4's answer. Try it. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16. If we do that again, 4 times 4, and then 4 more, that's 8 jumps all together. That's 8 times 4. So we'd add 16 plus 16, which is 32, which means 8 times 4 equals 32. You are awesome at this. All right, now we need to solve 5 times 4. I know that in the slide we just did, 4 times 4 is 16, which means I need one more jump of 4. I need one more group. So 16 plus 4 is 20, which means 5 times 4 is 20. This is getting easier. All right, solve 10 times 4. I hope you're thinking, well, I just did 5 times 4 is 20. So if I double that, 20 plus 20, I'd get 40. So that must mean 10 times 4 is 40. What about 9 times 4? You could think to yourself, if 10 times 4 is 40, I need one less group of 4. I can subtract one group of 4, which would be 40 minus 4, which is 36. So I don't have to start all over on my timeline or my number line. I keep calling it a timeline. I'm thinking about our biographies. I don't have to start over and skip count 4, 8, 12, 16. I can start all the way at the end, minus one group of 4, and end up with 9 times 4, which is 36. All right. So why do we double? Well, we double because doubling can be a way to use what you already know about one fact to find the product for another fact or other facts. Let me show you this quick video. I think it's a good visual and it's kind of helpful.
What multiplication facts can be mastered by using a doubling strategy?
Young children first learn doubles as an addition of two groups. Using a picture card like this will help connect the multiplication symbol to an array involving two equal rows.
I like the array model because I see two related facts in the one picture.
That's right, and we can extend the array to show multiplication by 4. To calculate 6 by 2, think double 6. Then to calculate 6 by 4, just think double 6.
Double 6 is 12, and double 12 is 24. So 6 by 4 must be 24.
Exactly. And to multiply 6 by 8, think double 6.
Double 6 is 12, double 12 is 24, and double 24 is 48. So 6 by 8 must be 48.
Perfect. Doubling is a powerful thinking strategy for multiplying by 2, by 4, and by 8.
so 6 by 8 must be 48.
Perfect. Doubling is a powerful thinking strategy for multiplying by 2, by 4, and by 8.
All right. Awesome. Welcome back. Thanks for watching that. I think it's a good visual and it helps us understand why doubling would be a good idea. I want you to go ahead and put away your math journal at this time. And I want to think about the multiplication timetable. This is on page 57 in your student book. If you would grab that, I'll give you a second, pause the video, and then join me when you're ready. All right, third graders, on page 57, I want you to try to find the doubles facts. Where are the doubles facts? There you go. The doubles facts are in the 2 row and the 2 column. When we double, we're multiplying times 2. Very good. Let's color those in yellow. Make your page look like my page. All right, thank you for doing that. Now, do you see any other kind of facts that are pretty easy to solve? I noticed that this whole row of zeros and this whole column of zeros, that's pretty easy to solve. Anything times 0 is 0. And I noticed this row is counting by ones. That's pretty easy to solve. And this row is counting by ones. Those are pretty easy to solve also. Anything times 1 is the other number. Great job. We're moving right along here. I want to show you an example. This is a pet store story problems. If we were at school, we would be doing this as kind of a quiz. But I want you to remember the pet store story problems and the seascape. And we're going to focus in on number 2 here. Leon works at the pet store. Okay, so remember this sheet that we did. I want you to try to solve this problem. And the directions are to write an expression to represent each problem. Solve each. Show your thinking with words, pictures, or numbers, and label your answers with the correct units. Let's break that all down. Write an expression. That means to use an equation. What times what equals and the answer. Or what plus what equals and the answer. Show your thinking means tell your teacher how you figured it out. Prove it. Show us your work. We can't see inside your brain. And then label your answer with the correct units. What are we talking about? Are we talking about how many dollars? Are we talking about stamps? Are we measuring in length, inches, feet? Label your answer. Okay, the problem we're working on is this. Leon works at the pet store. Today, he's putting together a bag of doggy treats. He put 6 treats in each bag. So far, he has made 7 bags. How many doggy treats has Leon used this far? So far. Pause the video and show me your work. Remember to use one of the strategies, a table, a picture, an equation, a number line, skip counting, or what we did today with doubling. Pause the video, try a strategy, or try all of them, and then come back and see what we did. All right, welcome back. Here's what I did with the doubles strategy. I said that I knew 3 times 7 was 21. And if I doubled that, 21 plus 21, and added them together, that would be 42. So that must mean 6 times 7 is 42. So how many doggy treats has he used so far? 42 doggy treats. Here, I drew a picture. This reminds me of loops and groups. I have 7 groups, and in each group, there are 6 treats. This one I skip counted. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. I counted by 6s 7 times. And here I made a table. Each bag has 6 treats. So I made 7 bags and added 6 treats to each, showing me that 7 bags would have 42 treats. Awesome. Thanks for sharing your math strategies. You are amazing mathematicians. Now, boys and girls, it's time for me to say goodbye and for you to get to work on page 58 in your student book, Wendell's Windows. Third graders, be sure to write neatly so that your teacher can read your work. Be sure to show your work, label your answer, follow all the directions that are given to you, and then take a really good picture and stretch it nice and big when you post it in Seesaw so that we can read it. All right, thank you for listening and learning with me today. I'll see you soon.